All right, so basically, I'm gonna break down the David Mulugheta interview he just did on First Take with Stephen A. It's about Micah Parsons. Listen, he could have still been a Cowboy, and even if the deal wasn't done, technically he could have still been playing on Thursday. We'll talk about it. Let's get it. Tell you what, I'll tell you what. It's really hard. It's really hard to I think to a certain extent really kind of grasps like I said, that grasp and come to terms with the fact that the Cowboys really fumbled. Jerry Jones really fumbled Micah Parsons based on his stubbornness. I just watched the whole interview with David Mulugheta. He was on ESPN First Take for about 15 minutes where he just cleared up all of this. And to answer all the questions, yes, Micah Parsons was at one point offered a deal from Jerry Jones that would have made him the highest paid. But based on what David Mulugheta said is at the APY, the average per year, he wasn't going to be the highest paid until like year 3 or 4 of that contract. And another aspect of that contract is he wanted 5 years. And Micah did not want to do five based upon where the market can reset in another 4 years. You look 4 years ago, Bosa was around 34, now it's 47. And Mulugheta says in another 4 years, that market could potentially be $60+ million for a pass rusher at the top of the market, which he could be again in another 4 years. So those are two gigantic aspects into this whole situation. David Mulugheta did say, he said he did try. They did try. They tried to reach out. Micah Parsons did want to be a Cowboy. As a lot of analysts went on to say about basically, would he play? Would he hold out? Even David Mulugheta went ahead and said he wasn't going to hold out. His backness, the soreness, he would have most likely played through it and been suiting up Thursday in 2 days. Mind you, I had another video on the way with a little breakdown of the Eagles and Cowboys. We'll get into that in another video. This is just a quick breakdown of the Cowboys Nation and understanding that, as we, anticipated, of course, Jerry is the reason for all of this. He caused it. He tried to, kind of sneak a negotiation in with a young 20-something-year-old pass rusher who knows nothing about that and then decides to stick with that number and not negotiate anything with his representation afterwards and then wants to pretend to be offended. Now you want to pretend that you're offended when he says, don't call me, call my agent, as if that's not the way it's supposed to go anyway. The talent never negotiates. That's what you have representation for. Jerry knows that. And you can see it in his face. It hurt him. It definitely did. You can tell that at the press conference. You look at the picture of Micah Parsons, and I guess I should have all that. This is more of just a quick upload. You can see in his eyes that he wasn't exactly. You can tell like he was happy, but like you can tell in a person's eyes when it's just something a little off. And I think as a whole, Cowboys Nation, we're gonna be feeling this one, but based upon what happens week 4 when we play them. What happens week 10 when they play the Eagles, that playoff rematch, or rematch from last season? And overall, where the health-wise is going to be coming to the playoffs, like what's going to, we'll know in about 6 weeks, in about 6 months, give or take, maybe 5 months, 4 months, what it'll look like, what this trade looks like for the Packers. We're going to know that sooner than we'll know for the Cowboys. We're talking about 4 draft picks in the first 2 rounds in the next 2 years. 4 draft picks in the first round over the next 2 years. They're going to be late first round picks, obviously, but there's moves that he can make with those picks, obviously, to either acquire some talent this season or make the move to go up for Arch, which Cowboys Nation is speculating could happen. It could happen, but it's really neither here nor there. Did you make the Packers a stronger team? Without question. We also do got a stud, though. We have a stud. I trust this Kenny Clark guy. I love what I'm hearing from him. This guy he's the real deal. He's the real deal and the type of guy that I think we need to be plugging up the middle. Him and Osa, I think, are going to be great. As far as the edges, I'm confident. I'm very confident in our edges. Donovan Ezaraku is great. He's great. He's without question. He's great. I think he's gonna show. I think he's gonna show a lot of flashes. Sam Williams. I'm excited for the guys that we have. It's gonna take some time to get through this whole Micah no longer being a Cowboy. But at the end of the day, this was a Jerry fumble. I initially was thinking that it was Micah kind of, deciding to have these conversations anyway. But like as Mulugheta said, he was called to what he thought was a team leadership meeting, and then it turned into that. That's sneaky on Jerry's end. It's not on Micah. It's on Jerry. Jerry fumbled it as always, and as Cowboys Nation knows. So here we are. Here we are. So at the end of the day, in 2 days. 2 days we make an Eagle soup. As I said, if you don't know who I am, and of course Tyree Allison, I'm checking in, aka Magic, was on Cowboys Digest. I did decide to leave that channel and take things into my own hands over here on my side, on my channel. But just want to do a quick take and breakdown based upon the Mulugheta and Stephen A. Smith interview here on First Take. If you get a chance, check it out on YouTube. I will be back maybe later tomorrow, for sure tomorrow, with a breakdown. Cowboys Eagles. Listen, this is still going to be a game. If you think for a second that this game is going to just be the Eagles getting pushed over, it's not. Because there may have been a lot of focus on Micah Parsons this whole offseason, but the offense has been perfect. Knock on wood. The offense has been great. And even I believe Tyler Guyton will be playing. Thank God. It's just it was just a bone bruise and nothing major when Ian Rapp made that tweet. I expect our full line, to come in healthy. We got some guys at running back. As long as our guys up front can get some movement, we can pick up 4 or 5 yards a clip. I believe that with the guys we got, and of course Dak, I trust for. That's what makes me confident. Period. And about this season, Cowboys Nation, we got 4. As Lamb said when they were working out over summer, got 4 back. We got 4 back. We got him back. So we got Dak. We got CD, of course, the new addition with Pickens. Kevontae Turpin is a dog. 97 speed on Madden. Go play with him if you haven't. You can always catch him up to seam. He runs through everybody. He runs past everybody. Fresh O-line. Listen, we're going to be strong offensively. This game could be a shootout. I'm predicting like a high score. I got the Cowboys winning 45-37. Cowboys beat the Eagles on the road, week 1, 45-37. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what you think about the David Mulugheta interview if you get a chance to check it out again. He basically broke down, just a quick recap, really quick again. There was a contract discussion, wasn't supposed to be that. Micah decided that he wanted his agent to handle everything. At one point, it would have been the highest paid, but not until like year 3 or 4 into that contract. And long story short, he did want to be a Cowboy at the end of the day. He most likely would have suited up even if this contract didn't get done. And now he's no longer, obviously, a Cowboy. But we got, again, 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years. We'll see what happens. We got a long season ahead, Cowboys Nation. We still got a lot to look forward to. But my name is Tyree Allison, a.k.a. Magic. This is Everything Today, and we'll see you next time.